Hey people, Inquisitor 3v3 Faction War. This is Estia Province and Space Marines versus Imperial Guard. For the Blue Space Marine team, Ben 1993 is a Techmarine, starts off in ranged combat, puts out some good damage, can also support with structures and repair, even get into some melee. We got some Blood Ravens alongside Chaos 23 with an Apothecary, support hero that fights in melee combat by default, begins with a heal and a passive health regeneration aura. And rounding off the team is Cursecrab's Force Commander. Very good offense, fighting in melee combat, can also tank, disrupt, and support with buffs. Red Guard team, React is a Lord Commissar, strong offense and support, fights in melee combat, begins with a refractor shield. We have the Death Core of Krieg DLC. Alongside wikkyd with a Lord General, also rocking Death Core of Krieg DLC. This guy has very strong defense and support, begins where the retinue of Stormtroopers can add to the retinue throughout the game, give them more abilities. And rounding off the teams, Inekura's Inquisitor, offensive hero with powerful controlled abilities, begins in melee combat but can get specialized ranged weapons. Up against the Force Commander on the eastern side. On the western side, Lord Commissar's run all the way through. Sentinel needs to be careful but should be fine. Meanwhile, Guardsmen are capping, kind of, they're not taking this. In the mid, bunch of lasgun fire. Do you not have your stomp? Oh, it doesn't have the stomp. If they had the stomp, they'd be pushing on through, I think. Need to heal these tactical marines. There we go. That was the targeted heal there from the Apothecary. Scouts are going to drop a model if they're not careful. I think maybe that one guy was in cover, which might have prevented a model loss of that guy. Now using the giant searchlight as cover. Lord General going into melee to tie them up. Expected that a little bit earlier. Getting kind of messed up. And here comes the stomp. A little bit too late to actually knock them over. They were already in retreat. Now the Apothecary spots an opportunity to get into some melee. Taking a bunch of lasguns now, though, has to heal himself and flee. East side, Inekura's pushed through onto the power, decapping the wreck point. Also taking the contested power on the eastern edge. West side, it's red still. Tactical Marines trying to get a decap with a 50% faster capping trait. Can decap really quickly. There we go. Need to get into some cover now, though, I think. Popping their Kraken bolts, trying to finish off the Sentinel. Did not drop a model, and they got the decap, and they put some damage on the Sentinel. That was not too bad. Techmarine's quite low. Lord Commissar throws up the shield to go after him. Not a whole lot they can do against the garrison, although they could just stand there and shoot it, I guess. Doesn't make you impervious by any means. We have Devastators up for Ben, and double Tactical Marines here for Chaos 23. Sentinel for all three players, and Assault Marines for Cursecrab. There's, I guess, 2v1 against Inekura, kind of, but here comes wikkyd to help out a bit. Maybe. These guys are kind of idle. Grenade launchers doing some decent work. If they can all land on some stationary Marines, they'll do some good damage, especially if they hit all three models. Scouts getting messed up. Only dropped one model, though. That's they've given up the power bash a bit. Just back away. They got the VP back. Now going for that contested wreck point. Force Commander's pushing on through. A Hammer of the Witches from the Inquisitor there. That was why he was stunned. Her starting ability is a very good one, too. Now tying up the Tactical Marine. She does start with a plasma pistol, which is quite interesting. Doesn't seem super great, though. Maybe a little bit of a damage buff. On the plasma pistols in general in the game, I think they're quite weak. Force Commander is going to get away. The Assault Marines are here. Tactical Marines dropping a model. I guess you've... Oh, you don't have the stomp. I was going to say, I guess you've used your stomp already, but power spent early on Catachan Devils. That was a shotgun blast, but those guys were already retreating, so didn't knock them over. And we have the Holy Brazier for the Inquisitor, which is a power melee weapon, so bad news for those fellas. 427 to 485. I see some vengeance rounds from the Devastators trying to take out the turret. Not doing a great job against it, really, are they? Why was the damage so small there? That seemed weird. I mean, I know it was at long range, but like did 10 damage or something. 3 or 4 bursts there. 414 to 485. Sentinel. Kind of a dicey spot. Kraken bolts on the Tactical Marines. Can they chase it down? 20% more damage to heavy infantry armor, which is what this thing uses. Gonna get pretty close. Accuracy is nerfed, of course, as they're moving, and it does get away. We saw wikkyd get close to the VP, but not quite grab it. Apothecary has Purification Vials and Assault Marines. Look at all the Assault Marines now. 4 of them on the field. Double ASM for Cursecrab. We've got double tax into Assault Marines for Chaos, and a classic 1-1-1 build for Ben with Techmarines, Devastators, and Assault Marines. Can they deal with all this stuff jumping on them? Need some more Catechins maybe. Ogryns in tier 2, that kind of thing. They have 1 Catechins each for wikkyd and Inekura. And they do have that Holy Brazier. And the Lord Commissar himself with the Power Sword could do some work counter-initiating Assault Marines. Looks like he's fighting on the western side though. That was an all-reliable grenade launcher. There's a shotgun blast. Looks like a measured retreat attempted by the Imperial Guard here. Catechins getting messed up though. All of a sudden 3 Assault Marine squads and the Force Commander were on them. Here comes the Inquisitor though. The Rosarius is up. Holy Brazier getting stuck in. Might get a model off those Assault Marines. Are they chasing a bit too much here? A stomp. Oh no, there's a shotgun blast actually knocking those guys back. The Sentinel barely makes it out. That's what they were chasing with their bolt pistols, trying to take it down. Forced off one of the Assault Marines. Tanked a lot of damage too with the Rosarius. Looks like she is eventually persuaded to leave, but she did some good work. Almost got the Force Commander. Apothecary is here now. You see that passive health regeneration aura, those green hexagons there. Does make quite a big difference over time. It's a decent stomp. Can they hold the line against the Space Marines here? Looking for a solid place to chuck this, I suppose. Although, needs to be wary of friendly fire when there's Assault Marines in there too. Really good grenade launcher from the Catechins. These are wikkyds. More Assault Marines for Ben. I wonder if that's a mistake. I wonder if they've been left on Overwatch there. Tried to get the Catechins. In fact, they have to retreat through it, and there's another grenade. And they wipe. Beautifully done by both players there. Chaos getting in with the vials, and a nice grenade from Cursecrab finished them off. Hold on, fellas. What's this? Scouts are going to shotgun the node. Looks like Reacts is going for some Ogryns in tier 2, and Inekura, at least not yet, replacing the Catechins. Then did get more Assault Marines. That's a chunky tier 1. Shotguns on the scouts too. Inquisitor leads the line. Got a kill with the plasma pistol maybe there. There's Hammer of the Witches. Couldn't quite get a kill with it. But they are waltzing on through towards the VP, towards the power. Here's some defenses now. Customized Stormbolter up for the Apothecary. Full auto immediately on the Inquisitor's face to stun her. Such a strong ability. Stormtroopers called in there by Inekura. Inquisitor can do that from her global bar, but they are persuaded to leave almost immediately. And again, it's this wave upon wave of Assault Marines that they have to deal with. There's a stomp. They need to use the stomp sword, that's for sure. Some plasma guns will also help. Ogryns, of course. Catechins, are they in there? They are not in there. They're over there. With that customized Stormbolter forcing off the Inquisitor immediately, these engagements become a lot tougher for the Imperial Guard right now. Techmarine comes over, having capped up the west side. 394 to 417. Space Marines behind in tech, but looking quite strong here. We have a Manticore from Inekura. Was not expecting that. You can maybe wait for these guys to jump and then try to chuck in a Manticore strike, but yeah, that's really risky because these guys could all go after it with their melter bombs and take it out quite quickly. In fact, just 2 of them with melter bombs, I think, would take out a level 1 Manticore. Ogryns are up from Reacts. They have their bonehead leader. There he is with the implants to make him slightly smarter. Although I think they're selected because they're slightly smarter to begin with. Whirlwind on the way for Chaos 23. Plasma gun for that Techmarine. They defended the VP, and they haven't gone after the power too. Maybe that's a mistake. Maybe they should have used those pushes to try and get the power, because they do have a flamer up. They are willing to hold the mid. willing to try to at least. We do have plasma guns up here for wikkyd on both of his guardsmen actually, and they will really help turn the tide of these Marines. Catachan's getting messed up. That's a creeping basilisk barrage called in by the Lord General, doing some decent work. Forced a big old retreat, if nothing else. I don't think, did the Manticore fire there? I'm not sure if it did. Techmarine goes down. Ogrins tore him apart with their Ripper guns, which they smack you with in melee, doing heavy melee damage, so good damage to all targets. Sentinel gets repairs, doesn't have the missile launcher yet. Here comes triple Assault Marines. Ogrins will fare well against Assault Marines, but can they fare well against 3 of them? Supported by a Thunderhammer Force Commander too. Giving it a good go. There's a Merciless Strike. Only hit 1 model, but knocking stuff over is always useful. They dropped 2 models on retreat. Maybe he stayed in that fight a little bit too long. When he saw 3 Assault Marines and a Thunderhammer, maybe back away. Ogrins, I guess they're not too smart, eh? 363 to 392. Force Commander gets a revive on the Techmarine, which leveled him, I think. Yeah, I think I got him level 2. Inquisitor not giving him an inch, though. Getting stuck in. Whirlwind would have disrupted her if she didn't retreat there. That is Chaos 23, Cursecrab down to Scouts and double ASM. Didn't even notice what happened to the Tactical Marines here. We see one of them. Maybe the Ogrins got him. Force Commander flees. Is he leveled up? He's got level 2. Oh, we saw him get level 2, dumbass. He's got a teleporter on the way. So you can teleport into this kind of thing and send them flying. wikkyd, the Lord General, has a medical sergeant, I think. Yes, I think so. Also got the flak jacket for incoming. Decent grenade from the... Oh, it's from these guys. Maybe not. That's some friendly fire, I think. I thought that was from some scouts. Medical sergeant, medic pack there. You saw a heal on those guardsmen. But yeah, the double ASM really tore them up. They need to deal with those guys a bit more directly. More Catachans, more Ogrins. Manticore needs to back away. They've both got melters. Oh, but only one of them had the energy to actually throw it. It still goes down. The hell? Were they buffed by For the Emperor or something? Maybe. Maybe that was the For the Emperor buff from the Force Commander there. I didn't see it on the Assault Marines. Did not expect them to get that kill from a single melter bomb. It must have been For the Emperor. What else could it be? Apothecary doesn't have his stims or anything. He's got armor of the Apothecarian, very popular in 3v3s. And they're bashing power quite hard. Ogrins now for wikkyd, tier 3 for the other players. On his team, that is. Space Marines are still tier 2. Tax drop a model, but I think the power bash was well worth it. Those guys chuck a grenade and back away. What's this? It's a Techmarine with his own double Assault Marines, of course. Here come the Ogrins. Have they leveled? Not quite. More than a match for the Tactical Marines, though. But here come double ASM. And they're all alone. And there's a Merciless. And there's another Merciless. They are backed up by Stormtroopers. I don't think that's going to be enough. Ogrins can't do it all. Good special there from the Ogrin. Here comes some support. A good grenade there. Killed 2 Assault Marines, I think. Well done. That was React's own Stormtroopers. Wow, really messed them up. Ogrins didn't even drop a model there. I thought they were going to be dropping a couple at least, but that grenade really turned things. Knew what he was doing. But there's marked target on the Lord Commissar. Does he get away? Does get away. Ogrins still in play. Actually killed a Devastator model with their guns, I think. They've lost their Bonehead leader. Lost 3 other models too, down to a single fella. But killed the Devastators. Ogrins doing some work. Wow, they soaked up a lot of damage and did some damage too. We have wikkyd's Ogrins now. Being disrupted off the cap, but they did get a decap. 345 to 319 on the VPs. Some Kasrikin up from Inekura with plasma guns. They're also getting their sergeant. which allows them to cap faster. They're really strangely split up here for some reason. They were confused by your orders, Inekura. Some tax leveling up and stuff. There's a big blob of Marines still. Big old blob of Marines. Is there enough plasma in the galaxy for this? Oh, the Guardsmen of Inekura don't have plasma guns yet. Grenade. Oh boy. How many kills on that grenade? 8? 9? Hell of a grenade from those scouts there. Here comes some plasma guardsmen from Wikkyd. I wonder if Inekura will get those plasma guns or if they want to get Lehman Russes and stuff now. West side is blue and quiet so far. I mean, definitely inflicted some losses on Ben 1993. But they've only got one more unit. And still double assault marines. They're not always going to be able to get that grenade off on the assault marines, are you? Merciless. And again, big old fight, and they're all being battle cry buffed by the force commander as well. Oh, not right now actually. I thought he was battle crying there, but that was just a regular special attack, I think. Why were you not battle crying, Mr. Force Commander? Here we go. Now he battle cried. He's lost a bunch of energy. Oh, maybe not. He teleported. At some point he will use battle cry. That was a nice grenade there. Kashyyyk can then flee. 341 to 290. They get on the VP. Whole bunch of plasma's going to come in here. Killed a Marine pretty fast, but these guys are the ones capping, and for some reason they're not standing and shooting. There we go. There we go. Wow. With fight harder buff as well. Those guys were just eradicated very, very fast. Someone's jumping in, but they're not knocked over because of incoming. Holy crap. That was a merciless on things that couldn't be knocked over. They got wrecked. Smite thrown out too from the Librarian. 341 to 253. Ogren's chasing down the Whirlwind. They will make short work of it on rear armor. Merciless might have saved it. Uh-oh, two of them are still running. Two of them are still running. A couple more hits would do it, but I'm not sure if they have the speed. One more. It's got one hit point. I think the guns just did it there. 341, sorry, to 241. Hey, a venerable dreadnought from Ben, who lost one of their assault marines. I completely missed that. Looking at that mid-fight. Wonder how that happened. Was it another grenade? Was it just the Ogres tearing them apart? They are level 3. Now we have Inekura with all the plasmas. Do they have enough plasma? 5 squads with plasma guns now. Double Ogres. They got some stormtroopers too. So a hell of a lot of burst damage. Especially if they can all get buffed by the Lord General's fight harder. Venerable Dreadnought having some fun. Charges in. There's a Fist of the Emperor. So, Ogres are going to try to take it down. There's marked target though. And the Venerable is just strong enough to deal with that for now. That was a crack grenade from the... Sorry, a melter bomb from these anti-armor stormtroopers. And they're going to take down the Venerable, I think. I thought it was going to get away. Down it goes. There's Stoicism. Oh, turned around and smacked these Ogres to death. 325 to 231. That was pretty badass. And down go the stormtroopers. Space Marines are looking depleted though. Look at this. Didn't quite get their tier 3 stuff rolling, did they? Well, not yet. The Venerable Dreadnought didn't get rolling for long. I keep losing units, says Wikkyd. Yep. Welcome to my world. Terminator's called in for Chaos 23. Assault Marines are level 4. The Cursecrab here. What about the other fellas? Yep, both level 4. And we got some Vanguard veterans for Chaos 23. This guy's going to die, I imagine. Yep, down he goes. Should get revived quite easily there. Reacts needs that res. We have Stormtroopers taking their VP back. I don't think they can get a triple. No, they can't get it fast enough. What is this? Scouts. More scouts. Lehman Russ for reacts. Going for the Executioner. Rapid firing plasma cannon type thing, which is bad news for clumped up heavy and super heavy infantry, which is basically all of their army here. Ogrins with their user red got a little bit confused afterwards, but now they know what they're doing. And no friendly fire on this executioner cannon, by the way. So those, wow, those Vanguard veterans as well, they got torn apart. Chaos not paying attention, was paying attention to the scouts, I think, instead, and they went down. Has that just broken the Space Marine line? More tactical marines on the way for Chaos. Bunch of guardsmen having to retreat, but they can break that retreat with their commissars, which is very handy. Are they going to do it? I don't know. They'll still be running for the moment. We have a Cyclone missile launcher up for the Terminators. Another Leman Russ for Inekura, going for the Vanquisher. Melter bomb, but not two of them. Force Commander teleports in. Does not use the battle cry though. Didn't have the energy for both, I guess. Level 5 and does have Artificer. This gives him a little bit more energy, and he'll get more for leveling up. This could be a vital engagement here. Ogrins are sent packing. Vanguard veterans in on the Lord General, and I think that's a good play. Got to get on that guy quickly because he can do a lot with his buffs. And he's not that tough. Guardsman barely getting away there with like 2 hit points. What is this? Surely more Terminators. It's Assault Terminators for Cursecrab. Have they turned this around, the Space Marines, with this big fight on the west side? Executioner turret does some work, but this Predator is going to try and chase down the Leman Russ. It's going to get a rear armor hit, maybe, if it can turn this gun around. Oh man, is he just going to die chasing? No, he got it. He got the hit. That's Ben's Predator tank. Assault Terminator is going after the other Leman Russ, which has the Vanquisher. Those big old Thunderhammers. Bunch of plasma guns though. I don't like those plasmas. Don't see the fight harder buff yet. Maybe trying to get close to some more allies. Maybe it's been used already. Does have the Commissar retinue member now. Gives him a nifty shield. Stone Guard veterans called in by Chaos. Imperial Guard getting straight back onto the VP though. Although they're losing a natural. The pesky scouts are on it. Cursecrab scouts there. Saving for Baneblade, says wikkyd. Okay, with Assault Terminators around. Might not be a fantastic idea. Don't think we have time, says Reacts. They do have a nuke, Reacts, and all the Space Marine players are pretty close to an orbital as well. They got it. Single cap for the Space Marines. There's the 1-to-1. Space Marine taking a natural back. Something just died. Looks like Stormtroopers tried to get it. Probably these guys from Inekura. Kicking off on the west side. Lord General knocked all over the place and has to run. 279 to 141 on the VPs. Both teams still in this. It's really good back and forth. Looks like the red team are getting their VP back eventually. Wicked's Baneblade on the way. Does have double guardsmen to support it, but not a whole lot else, eh? It's going to take a while to hit the field too. What is this? Is that a Venerable again from Ben? It is. Awesome to see. Yeah, it's going to be tough for these guys to get back this west side. There's some mines there. But they are being spotted. Not sure how that one went off when there were scouts there spotting it. Baneblade halfway. Ogren's getting messed up. Was that inspired determination there? Oh, maybe. I can't see his war gear now. There's a rocket run. That's what we call a rocket run out of frustration, because typically, unless you're specifically stopping a cap or specifically killing something, you want to fight alongside your nuke kind of thing. Or at least we're there to follow up with caps and the like. Double cap here for the Space Marines. I thought they were out of it when they were down to like 2 units each, Ben and Chaos. Here's a Predator tank. The Venerable Dreadnought did survive. Comes in at 1750 hit points, that guy unique to the Techmarine. Baneblade is up. Heavy weapon squad here for reacts. Oh, a bunch of plasmas. There's a heal from the Apothecary. Level 6 this fella. Done well. Demon Russ is in play with a Vanquisher. Guardsmen just trying to get and harass this west side a little bit. Waiting for the brunt of their force, and here it comes. A whole bunch of plasmas. Lord General getting very close. What's he up to? I thought he was going to go and tie up those Terminators there. The Venerable Dreadnought messing up that las cannon. Ogren's getting in, but there's marked target. Instantly dropping their Boned Leader. They're just getting wrecked by plasmas. Absolutely wrecked. Baneblade is where? There's the Baneblade. 279 to 47. Can the Imperial Guard get back into this? The Assault Terminator is chasing the Leman off. There's the Orbital. Is it going to hit anything? Wow, all 3 beams missed. That's amazing. Assault Terminator is being gated out by the Librarian there. Okay, they're not out of this yet, Imperial Guard. They have the Baneblade, they have a Leman Russ, they have Ogryns and stuff, the Stormtroopers. I think you can keep harassing this, as Inekura is doing. Scouts need to grenade them or something. What are they up to? There we go. Cursecrab must have been looking elsewhere. They almost jumped into the grenade there, those Assault Marines. They got the decap, couldn't quite get the cap. Kicking off now on the west side again. Imperial Guard have 1 or 2 pushes left in them. Gonna take down this Venerable, I think. That was an awesome charge, and Emperor's Fist though. Where's that stoicism? There it is. So it's got 10 seconds of life yet left with increased damage and constant inspiration. And then it will fall down. 264 to 31. Big buffs from the Lord Commissar. That's none shall fall there from his Fist of Brockus. Wow, he really had no other war gear. I thought he had Bionic Eye for Inspired Determination. I guess not. Space Marines get back the VP. Down goes a Predator tank though. And the Space Marines are on the Guard's natural VP now. I imagine it's Scouts decapping it. And they seem to be ignoring this. There we go, shoot them. They're not going to be able to finish the cap. In fact, they went down. Cursecrab too busy watching this. Bunch of melee stuff chasing the Baneblade. Thank God veterans do have their Power Fist in. I don't think the Baneblade's going to get away from this. There's a las cannon Predator tank on it too. And there's that Cyclone Missile Launcher. Yeah. I think that's broken them. GG, says wikkyd. It's a double cap. And the Space Marines hold firm. As soon as they got that first Terminator squad in, it started to turn around for them. There it is. Imperial Guard had some really good fights, and I thought they had the upper hand at one point. But that Space Marine Tier 3 powers through. Level 7 Techmarine was really close though. Much closer than the VP counter would suggest, I think. Level 9 Apothecary. Level 9 Force Commander. Level 5 Lord Commissar. Did get the stubbornness right at the end. Level 5 Lord General died trying to take the point. And a level 4 Inquisitor. They did have Purgatus at the end. Maybe her on the west side would have done some work if they had a few more minutes. But we'll never know. Well played, Space Marine. Well played to all the players. And thanks for taking part in the Faction War event hosted by Impregnable. Thanks guys for watching. And I'll see you next time.